Good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. So we are going to change up our calendar a little bit. We are still in the season spring. Our month is April and today is the 21st. So let's go ahead and put that up over here. The day of the week today is Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday and tomorrow is going to be Wednesday. We are going to continue with our Earth Week this week. I still have everything that we put up from yesterday just so we can review that a little bit. So this sign right here is kind of the symbol that we normally see when we talk about recycling, but it doesn't just mean recycling. It's talking about 3 of our 5 R's. So we know that these 3 ones mean reduce, reuse, and recycle. And recently they've added 2 more R's to our list, which is refuse and rot. So we're going to be talking about some of our old R's and one of our new R's with our little theme for today. The little activity that we'll be doing for our theme today will be our sorted out worksheet. Now you can see on this side we have recycle, and we can tell it's recycle by the word. We also see that 3 arrows up over here on this bin, just like we see on our recycling bin. And then we have compost, and we have like a little compost pile. And underneath we have 8 things that we need to sort out into recycling or compost. So we have a plastic mouthwash bottle, carrot scraps, a plastic milk jug, a banana peel, newspaper, an apple core, an aluminum can from like Mandarin oranges or something, and then we have an aluminum Coca-Cola pop can. So we need to go through, cut them out, and put them on the right side. Are you going to recycle it or compost it? So when you're unsure whether or not you're going to recycle or compost, there's a few things that you can kind of think of to remember it. Now, a lot of you were recycling in our classroom before we started doing this distance learning. So you can kind of think about what I said was okay to go into our recycling bin or what was okay to throw into the trash bin. So our recycling bin, we were able to throw paper, cardboard, we were able to put in plastic as long as it wasn't too flimsy. So our Ziploc bags couldn't go in there because you could bend it really easily. But some more things like where our scissors would come in, it has like plastic over it. That's okay to put in there. If it's a little bit harder, like a milk jug or something like that, you can throw that into the recycling. You can also put metals into the recycling, or most metals you can put in the recycling. Most of the ones that you're going to find in your kitchen, you should be able to put in like what you have, like corn, canned beans, canned sauces, things like that should be okay. You can also recycle glass. Glass is okay to recycle most of the time. Just double check and make sure that it's okay with where you are at and where you live. A lot of places do single streamed recycling, which means you can throw all those things that you can recycle into one container and they should be able to send that out. The things that you can compost are pretty easy also. So what you can compost is if it grew on a plant before it ended up in your kitchen, you can probably throw that into the compost pail. So your carrots, we talked about carrots are the root of our plant. You can put in your apple cores, that's one of your fruits of the plant. You can put in the scraps of spinach after you've cut that up. That's the leaf of our plant. Those are all okay to throw in there. Most of those kitchen scraps, when you're cutting up your veggies, can go in there. You can also put in coffee grounds. Coffee grounds were once a part of a plant as well. And you can, one of our odd things are eggshells. So you can put the eggshells into the compost bin, not the whole egg. So as long as you've already cracked it open onto the frying pan, you can put that shell into the compost pail. You can also compost papers, cardboards, things like that. That's okay. So like the newspaper should be okay. You saw me rip up the egg carton. Just make sure that it's one of those cardboard egg cartons and not the styrofoam ones. And those can all be composted as well. You can also compost old leaves. So if, like when you're raking up in the fall, all those leaves that have fallen down, you can throw those in the compost bin as well. So those are all okay. It was once growing on a plant. It is okay to put into the compost bin. Things that you cannot put in the compost bin are meats and like cheeses. So if it came from an animal, except for the eggshell, it cannot go into the compost bin unless you're going to someplace that does their own composting. Sometimes they have things that can do that. But for our sorted out, if it comes from a plant, it is safe to compost. Okay, so our special for today, we are going to have Mandarin and Arabic. Those will both be at 10:30. So we have combined our class with Miss Sarah's class for both Mandarin and Arabic, and you will be meeting at 10:30 for that. So as far as I'm concerned, Tuesdays are going to be our only off day, and it's going to be the only time that we have a special at 10:30, and I believe it should be the only special that we've combined with Miss Sarah's class. So we have that. I do know that Miss Lindsay has sent out an email to you all about music class for Wednesday, kind of going over everything that you'll be doing there, so you can take a look at that before we look at that tomorrow. You will also be having a makeup music class this Thursday after PE, and I will remind you that more as we lead into Thursday. For math, we're going to continue working with our videos and our workbook. I do have a few of you that have just completed a chapter. So what I'm going to do is read through the review for you, but I want you to work through it on your own. Take those pictures and submit them to me. That way I can see what you have learned, what you've picked up, what you understand, and the things that we might need to cover over again and review to make sure that you've grasped that concept and understand everything that you need to know for that. Also go on to Boom Learning. That is also going to be a great place for you to do that review, that reinforcement, really let all those things that you've learned sink in and have so much fun with those decks. For language arts, we are going to reread All Kinds of Families. I know that one had a lot of things going on, and we were just kind of discussing how, yes, we know that us, our moms and dads, our brothers and sisters are a family, but you can also sort things out into different groups, and you can call those groups family. So it was kind of a poem where they called each group a family. And so we're gonna kind of talk about that a little bit more today, and we're going to pick out a couple key details. We're going to talk about different things that were sorted out into the different families and draw some pictures of that as well. We are also working on our grammar slides, working on our objective pronouns. So that's going to be like him, her, them. We're normally going to see that towards the end of our sentence. It's going to come after our verb telling us what we're doing with this person, or it's going to come after a preposition, mostly like with, to, and things like that. So go ahead and work on that. I will also have some Boom Learning decks going over some language art things as well, with like the grammar and our spelling and things like that. I also encourage you to go on to Raz Kids, do some reading, pick out some books that like really interest you and read about that and get to know that more. I will assign some more books based on our Earth Week theme going on right now as well. Besides that, if you have any questions, if you need to reach out to me for anything, feel free to. If you're having any troubles with you're signing into Zoom meetings or anything like that with specials, you can reach out to me. I will try and get that figured out as soon as I can, or you can email Dr. Nyquist. She can help you figure that out as well. I'm trying to update everything in our Google Classroom that relates to our specials as they come up. So feel free to look in there as well to see any of the information about our specials or anything that's going on. I've also started adding some extra resources into the Google Classroom. You'll find that at the very top of the classwork section. I have some of our skip counting videos. I'm going to put up our continents and oceans videos and a few other videos that kind of relate to things that we're doing. I have our Raz Kids sign in, the Boom Learning sign in, and I have that typing class so that you can start working on your typing. It's super easy and a great fun way. They have wonderful videos and games and activities that you can play as you learn how to type on a keyboard. Now, you don't have to do this on a computer. You should be able to do it on your tablet as well. The great news about working on the tablet or on a keyboard is the keyboard is written the same way on a tablet, on a phone, on a keyboard for a computer. They're all written out the same way. So it'll transfer no matter what you're working on. And that'll really help you with our slides, with lots of our learning. And as you continue to go ahead in your education, you're going to be writing a lot more papers and things like that, and this will be a great foundation for that, and you're going to have so much fun doing it as well. Besides that, I will see you at 1 for Language Arts, where we read our All Kinds of Families again. All right, see you later, guys.